Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Stacey. If anybody is new and joining me here for the first time, thank you so much. My slogan is Believable Brown Beauty, and I also use makeup in slightly unconventional ways at times. So if that sounds like something you'd like, please keep watching. So I haven't done that intro for a while, but I feel like maybe it's important that I keep reminding people that's what I do. On to today's video. So there has been a buzz in the beauty community about Lisa Eldridge's new velvet lipsticks, and I have never bought them before. This is the first collection I bought, and I bought the Deep Velvet collection. I had to read it because I will just mess up the name of the collection. It's not a first impressions because I have worn a few of them on my Instagram. I think I've done a few tutorials and maybe a live or so with wearing one of these colours, and I really love them. But I realised I hadn't sat down and done a proper YouTube video, so that's what we're going to do today. So if you can, I might put a timestamp for where I start wearing the lipsticks. I'm going to run through my base first and then we'll head on to these. For foundation, I'm using my Pat McGrath Sublime Perfection foundation, and I wear the colour Medium Deep 27, and like 1.5 pumps, this much, yeah, is enough for my face. I'm not a heavy base wearer, so that's more than enough for me. And I'm taking a Real Techniques setting brush, which is, so far, my favourite brush from Real Techniques because you can do everything with it. If you were stuck and you had no other brush, you can make it work with this. And I'm just using this to buff it into my skin. For my prep today, I used the Rhodial Bee Venom Moisturiser because I really like how that looks underneath foundation. And I've just got some 8-hour cream on my lips because, you know, we're doing lipstick, so we need to prep the lips. So I have my Pat McGrath basically on my cheeks up to here. And then I'm going to take a tiny bit of my Cover FX Power Play Foundation, G110. I usually wear G100. So I'm hoping 110 is going to give me enough depth that I need around my mouth to stop it looking ashy in this area. Yep, looks good. And then a tiny bit in the centre of my forehead here. Oh yeah, I like this today, haha. I'm just gonna make sure that my edges are really nice and blended out. Okay, next I'm gonna move on to my concealer. This is my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Amande. I'm just gonna tuck that in around my eyes, a little bit on my chin, under the brow. So I'm gonna do a tiny brow highlight today. And then this corner here and here, and these little dark areas here. And so whilst that's drying down, because I do like to make my concealer dry down a little bit before I blend it out, I'm going to move on to my brows, and I'm using my NARS Micro Brow Pencil in the colour Noir. So I like to just take the caps off when I'm using them, and then you can kind of flip between the sides much easier. So I'm brushing up Strugglina, and then I'm going to brush up the good eyebrow. And actually, this is the only concealer I'm going to blend now. I want my highlight to look super natural, almost as if I haven't done anything. And I find that if I blend it in before I draw my brows in, it looks much more believable and much softer. Okay, so I probably messed up the brows again. Let's just give them another little groom. Such a good colour. I'm so glad I tried this. Like, I was a bit reluctant because it was called Noir, which is black, but it's so soft. It doesn't look too strong when it goes on. Yeah, perfect. And brush that up again. Okay, that's good. Then I'm going to go back to my setting brush and just blend in all these other little bits of concealer. I really want to perfect my skin. Well, I want it perfected every day, but I think I'm spending more time than I usually do on skin because I want it to look super polished. What's this? Some weird things on my face. And I like to stipple my concealer so that I don't kind of dilute it too much with blending. Yeah, see? It's nice and bright in there still, which is exactly what I want. Then I'm taking my NARS Smudge Proof eyeshadow primer. Yeah, eyeshadow base, close. And I'm going to pop this on my lids, and I'm wearing the colour Dark. I really like this on its own, like as a lid colour, is really pretty. And then I'm going to use the same brush and just blend this onto my eyelid. Yeah, see, it just makes your lids look brighter. I'm going to let this dry down, and whilst that's drying down, I'm going to do a tiny bit of contour today. I'm taking my Bobbi Brown foundation stick in the colour 10.25, which is Cool Espresso. And once again, the same brush, and I'm just using this to kind of like pump up my contour a little bit. I do have quite prominent cheekbones anyway, but you know, a little bit of extra support is nice sometimes. Make them stand out a bit more. Thanks, Dad. My dad's got the best cheekbones. Wasted, wasted, I tell you. Yeah, good. Okay, then I'm going to move on to blush. And for blush, I'm taking Torrid from NARS. And I'm going to do a tiny little pump of that. I think that's too much. I've got this much on my hand. I think that might be too much, but we'll see. I'm going to really work it into the brush so that there's no like heavy placement of products in the brush before you go to your face, because sometimes that's half the products, is that half the trouble is that people don't spend enough time working the products into the brush before they go to their face. So apples and blend. So again, really work it in. Ooh, that's nice. It's so soft but really pretty. I'm going to do the same for the other side. I don't know why I always say that like I'm like going to put blue blusher on my face. Of course it's going to be the same thing, but you know. Really, really work that in. And then, because I'm in a bit of an extra mood today, I'm going to take Dolce Vita powder blush from NARS and just work that over the top. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I'm not sure which lipstick I'm going to end up wearing. So the fact that I've got like a peachy pink hybrid blush on means whatever tone I wear, cool or warm, it will look nice. So that's the reason for this. I'm going to zoom it in a little bit more. Yeah, it's a bit closer. So for eyeshadow, I'm going to take my NARS Skin Deep palette, and I think I'm going to use this colour here to work into my crease. I think that one's Sophia, if I remember correctly. And then just find my socket line and do a really light wash of this colour. Oh, and this is a MAC 224 brush that I'm using to blend this in. You see what that does? Just gives a tiny bit more like definition, but not too over the top. And that's pretty much all I want for my socket. For my lid colour, I'm going to go into this Natasha Denona Mini Lila palette, and I'm going to take this colour here. And I'm using a 239 from MAC. And I'm just going to press this shadow onto the base. And then when I get to the edge, I'm really working it so you don't get a hard, like I don't want it to look like a cut crease, even though it kind of is. I still want it to look really soft. So I'm just using the edge of the brush and kind of flicking inwards to make that nice and smooth. Then I'm going to go back to the brush that I used for the crease colour with no additional product and just work over the edge so that it's nice and soft. Yeah, that's how I want it to look. Haha. I'm going back into my Skin Deep palette, and I think I'm going to mix between these two colours here and just do a tiny bit of definition in the crease in the corner of my eye. Yeah, I don't want it really dark. I just want a tiny bit of something here. I'm also keeping the liner really soft, and I'm using this, for once, an eye pencil actually on my eyes. It's the Larger Than Life Longwear Liner from NARS in the colour Via de Martelli. And I'm just going to run this here. And the fact that I've done such a light base, a brown pencil will be more than enough for definition today. Sometimes with a darker colour, this wouldn't work so well. And then I'm taking this Louise Young LY16 to just kind of pull the liner into the position that I want. Blend away the edge. And then I want to make it a tiny bit darker, and this palette is so versatile for this. I'm going to take this colour, which is like a coffee brown, and I'm literally going to use that right at the root of my liner here. where my lid and my lashes are kind of like friends, and just stipple this across here so it's a little bit darker. Yeah, that's good. And I think I'm going to use it in the inner corner of my eye as well. Almost a tight line with the shadow. Yeah, that looks good. It tickles like crazy. But I don't know if you can see, it just makes this part of the eye a little bit more defined. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Okay, then last thing is mascara, and then we can get onto the lipsticks. Climax mascara, only the top lashes today. That kind of seems to be my rule at the moment. I say at the moment because I'm always changing my mind, but I kind of like mascara only on the top lashes if I don't have any like makeup underneath. But then if I do, I do both. That's a good eye. Look at that. I love this. Ooh, that is a pretty eye. I love this. And I think that's why in my heart of hearts I'll always be like a nude brown makeup kind of girl, because it just looks so pretty. It's just, oh, I love it. Okay, now let's get onto the lips. So this is the beautiful little velvet bag that your lipsticks come in. I've taken out all the packaging, but they come really nicely wrapped inside. And the three colours I have are Velvet Decade, Velvet Myth, and Velvet Midnight. Did I get that right? Yes. Okay, and the only one I haven't used so far is Velvet Myth. So I will show you that one in more detail so you can see the finish of these lipsticks. So let's come in a bit closer. Can you see that? Can you see how beautiful this lipstick is? I don't know what kind of magic is used to create them, to make them look like this, but they are beautiful. Back to me. So this would be quite a difficult lipstick for me to depot, because I think part of the beauty is in the packaging. I love the magnetic closure. You get it to a certain point, yeah, it just pulls itself in, because sometimes the ones that have got like a click closure, that wears out after a while and then your cap falls off. And I love Lisa's little logo is on the bottom of these as well. Very Lisa Eldridge. There we go. Yeah, you can see it really good there. So I'm going to try them on and see how they look. So the first one, actually, I'm going to do this from light to dark, because I have worn Velvet Midnight before and it's really pigmented and I don't want it to affect the way the colour looks. So the first one I'm going to start with is Velvet Decade. Oh, that is a nice colour. I've worn this before, but I don't remember it looking like this. Right, I need a smaller mirror so I can see in more detail what's going on. That's a good colour. They feel so creamy but so light at the same time. That's really beautiful. Will I wear this on its own? Maybe I could just wear this on its own. I'm looking at it like, does it need a lip pencil? I like lipstick with lip liner sometimes, well, a lot of the time. So I'm just going to go in for my lip. Shall I show you this? This is my new lip book. Look at this. Haha. All my stuff in here makes it so much easier to see what you're looking for. And I think I am going to try, I think Chestnut. I know it's so predictable, but it's because it's like one of the best pencils to use for black women. So I'm just going to use that to kind of shape the corners. And I always say shape the corners and I end up doing the whole lip. See, there's something about a lip pencil, you know? Press and roll. And that is the first lip, my friends. Okay, so that was the first one. This might be the one that I wear today. I think it looks really nice with my top. Oh, you can't see it anymore, but it's this colour. See, that works really prettily. Prettily? You know, it looks nice together. Okay, then the next colour. This is my makeup rag. I'm going to take this off. This is the one that I've been dying to try the most, and this is Velvet Myth. I wanted to leave one as a lipstick that I hadn't tried on yet for this video, and trust me, it's been tough. So let's go in with this one. Ooh, press and roll. Feels a bit drier. Yeah, definitely drier than the first one. Not uncomfortable, but definitely drier in texture. Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, and then I know the perfect pencil for this one. This is going to be my Carolina, no, not Carolina Herrera. It's funny because the colour is 212 and they used to be, I don't know if there still is, but there used to be a perfume from Carolina Herrera called 212 and I always get them mixed up, but it's from Paris, Berlin. And the colour is 212. This is like one of my favourite lip pencils for red. Ooh. I just caught my reflection and I was just like, oh, that looks good. That looks really good. Not like this. I need to finish off the edges. So I'm going to take this. And then press and roll. Ooh, that is stunning. Oh dear, I've overshot my lip line there. Some people like that, I don't. I'm not a fan of getting rid of my Cupid's bow here. Oh, yes, look at this one. So this is Velvet Myth. Yeah, Velvet Myth with the Paris Berlin pencil in 212. This is a gorgeous red. Oh, look at my teeth. Look how white they are. Wow. Haha, I love it. Okay, and then onto the last lipstick. Oh, I'm sad this is kind of coming to an end. I'll take this off. See what I mean about the staining? It wouldn't have been fair to do it the other way around. So, because the last colour I'm wearing is the darkest, that's okay. Okay, they feel a bit dry. Give me 1 second. Just need to reapply some lip balm and let that sit for a while because using that cotton cloth on my lips is really making them dry. Okay, but actually this is quite cool because look how it wears as a stain. So if wearing the colour like full on is too much for you, the stain is really pretty as well. So yeah. Right, I'm just going to kind of blot this off so my lips aren't too dry. And then the last one we're going to try is Velvet Midnight. Now this is a colour that I adore. There was a lipstick from MAC called Prince Noir, which is very similar, which is a limited edition, and Film Noir, which is kind of like a stay in line. Oh no, Antique Velvet. There's a few MAC lipsticks that are this kind of colour. I will always wear this type of deep, it's like a black and red. This to me is winter in a lipstick and it makes me feel really like powerful wearing this colour because it's just, you know, it's not an accidental shade. You haven't put this on by mistake thinking it's something else. There's definitely a strong intention by wearing this type of colour, which I really love, with like a bare face, hardly anything on, tiny bit of mascara, and then this lip is just a dream. So let's get this one on. And if you're really careful, I like to, especially with dark colours, only use the lipstick. I don't really love putting a lip liner with them, so it takes me much longer, but I spend more time like being really precise with the bullet so I don't like distort the colour at all. Ooh, and that's the last one. That's one thing I really loved about the shape of the bullets of Lisa's lipsticks. They weren't too pointy or too flat, so you can really use them to kind of get the corners of your lip. But, man. This is the final lip. This is Velvet Midnight. So guys, there you have it. This is the final lip look of this week's tutorial, kind of tutorial, or try on. We'll call it a try on. I don't know if I really taught anything in that one. But yes, as I was saying, oh, I forgot to mention how much these cost. So on Lisa's website, you can buy the lipsticks individually for £26, but the collection that I purchased, oh, I need to zoom out, too big. There we go. The collection that I purchased was £75, and it came with this really beautiful berry velvet bag. I think this is really nice. Like I will definitely use this as a makeup bag, and especially over the festive season, it's really like pretty to pull out of your handbag. Yes, I understand that £26 for a lipstick or £75 for 3 lipsticks or £75 for 3 lipsticks is an exorbitant amount of money for some people, and I get that. And if it's not within your reach to purchase these, please don't feel any pressure to do so. I like really high-end makeup because I like things that deliver, and I have stumbled across a few things that are from cheaper brands I've been really impressed with, but generally not. I don't find many things that work the way I really want them to work. They involve a little bit more tweaking and playing, and as much as that can be fun, sometimes I just want to take a lipstick from the bullet and put it on and know that it's going to be creamy and comfortable and long wearing and not dry my lips out, and sometimes spending a little bit extra can do that. I'm not pushing you to spend your money if you don't want to. That's not what I'm about, but I'm just kind of justifying my purchasing habits. I don't buy makeup that often. I only buy the bits that I really love, and I'm so happy that I bought these lipsticks. They will not be the last ones that I buy, because now I've bought them and worn them, I'm like, I get the hype. So yeah, if you have bought any of Lisa's lipsticks, please leave me a comment below and tag me in your pictures on Instagram. I'd love to see how the other shades look, especially on darker women. So yeah, that's the end of this week's video. Oh, if you liked it, thumbs up. If you loved it, subscribe, share as well. And also guys, I'm noticing I'm getting DMs on my Instagram where people are asking me to do videos that I've already done, which lets me know not all of you that are watching are subscribed, and you miss things. And then you're like, oh, can you do this kind of look? And I send you the link. I did that 3 months ago. You're not subscribed. So yeah, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. That's it. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.